bomb blast at an election rally being held by the president, Ashraf Ghani.
That's right, Darren. Details have been coming in as we've gone on air. This explosion has happened within the last half hour or so. Now, this has taken place at a province just north of Kabul, the province of Pahlavan, in the capital, Charika, where there was a campaign rally due to be held by Ashraf Ghani as part of his re-election bid. Now, we understand that just as he was due to start speaking, this explosion happened. We don't know if there are any casualties as yet. There have been no reports of casualties so far. All we know is it's been described as an IED, an improvised explosive device. The campaign rally, as we understand it, is still continuing. It's not known, though, if Ashraf Ghani is still there, and indeed if his security will allow him to remain in the place and actually address the rally.
Iran's supreme leader has ruled out negotiations with the U.S. Tensions are rising between the two countries, with Washington accusing Tehran of launching last weekend's drone strikes on Saudi oil facilities, a claim Iran has denied.
Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei says no negotiations will take place between Iran and the U.S. officials at any level. According to Iranian state TV on Tuesday, Khamenei said Washington's maximum pressure policy against Tehran is worthless and that all officials of the Islamic Republic share his view. But the supreme leader added that if Washington changes its behavior and returns to the 2015 nuclear deal, the U.S. then could join multilateral discussions. There's been speculation that President Trump might meet his Iranian counterpart, President Hassan Rouhani, during the upcoming UN General Assembly in New York, but Trump's giving no indication that will happen.
就发现那个车来回的晃，刚开始认为是一个简单的是一个震动，后来发现前面那个车阶已经都断裂了，车来回震荡，把人都摔倒在地了，还有冒烟的，有好像是断裂的什么很大的一个声音。
We begin with South Korea's first confirmed case of African swine fever. We got word of this just a few hours ago, and it's making waves, as you would expect. And for more on this, we have our Kim Jae-hee on the line for us for more details.
Ji-yoon, at around 6 p.m. Monday, 5 pigs were found dead at a pig farm in Paju, northwest of Seoul near the inter-Korean border, from what was determined to be a high fever. At about 6:30 a.m. on Tuesday, a detailed inspection confirmed that it was indeed the swine fever that caused this death. At a press briefing at 9 a.m. by South Korea's Agriculture Ministry, it was announced that 48-hour lockdown has been imposed on all pig farms across the nation as of Tuesday morning. The measure aims to prevent any animals, workers, or farm equipment from being moved to other farms or facilities, an attempt to prevent the spread of the disease.
A victim of its own success. Indonesia's Corruption Eradication Commission is literally under attack. But this rent-a-crowd isn't railing against corruption. They're on the side of politicians who've just passed laws scaling back the Commission's independence with backing from the President.
Even the President is audited and monitored by Parliament.
Now a new supervisory body will have to approve the use of phone taps, one of the Commission's most potent tools.
I'm afraid corruption is going to have a good time again in Indonesia.
Next on the government's agenda, beefing up laws to govern morality as defined by the state.
Edward Snowden, a former US intelligence officer living in exile in Russia since 2013. He hopes for asylum in a country of the European Union, but expects to stay in Russia for the time being. In an interview with German TV station ZDF, Snowden was asked whether he was afraid that Russian President Vladimir Putin would one day deprive him of his hospitality.
Well, he could, unfortunately, and so long as Europe has a policy where they won't defend whistleblowers against the United States, but will only protect them against Saudi Arabia or China or Russia, we're always going to have this problem. And I think that's one of the saddest lessons from this story. What does it say to the next whistleblower, and what does it say to the world? What does it say about ourselves?
In Germany, under Chancellor Angela Merkel, he doesn't see the possibility of obtaining political asylum.
Well, to get the very latest, let's cross to our reporter, Catherine Norris-Trent, who is in Tel Aviv to follow the vote for us.
These are the second Israeli elections in 5 months. That's unprecedented in Israeli history because of the political stalemate after the last elections. Benjamin Netanyahu could not form a coalition with his partners and so dissolved the Knesset, the parliament here. So we're going back to the polls again. And the question of turnout is going to be crucial. How many Israelis will come out and vote again? Now, people I've been speaking to here this morning in Tel Aviv tell me it's really important that people do come out here. Tel Aviv, a very liberal, generally left-wing city. People here at the polling station already early in the day saying they've come out because they want to get Benjamin Netanyahu out. They want to put an end to his term in office. He's the longest-serving Israeli prime minister, and lots of people here say they've just had enough.
In a country where anti-government demonstrations aren't usually tolerated, especially without police clearance, doctors in Zimbabwe demand to know where Peter Mangombe is. They blocked some roads in the capital, demanding the release of their union leader and head of the Hospital Doctors Association. Riot police surround them. Some senior doctors tried to negotiate with police so colleagues could march to the office of President Emmerson Mnangagwa. The answer from police was no. Only a few leaders were allowed to present their petition to the government. 25-year-old Dr. Mangombe has been missing since Saturday.
Dr. Peter Mangombe's whereabouts remain unknown, and we are seriously concerned about his welfare. We therefore demand his unconditional return to his family. In the meantime, we have withdrawn our services.
Boeing has upped the number of aircraft it thinks China will buy over the next 20 years. It's forecasting a total price tag of nearly $3 trillion for planes and extras. Boeing says China will buy more than 8,000 new planes worth $1.3 trillion by 2038. That's up 5.2% from last year's forecast. China is also expected to fork out an extra $1.6 trillion on commercial services such as maintenance and cargo operations. The rise of an expanding middle class, significant investment in infrastructure, and advanced technologies is being credited for the extra spend. China currently flies 15% of the world's commercial aircraft. Boeing now expects that to jump to 18% by 2038, on track to become the world's largest aviation market.